Welcome to today's lesson of multiplication of two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers. Today I'm going to teach you two different methods for multiplying. You're going to learn the traditional method as well as the area model. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's begin our multiplication today using the area model. We are going to be multiplying 9 times 53. Now I'm writing 53 in two different colors because we're actually going to be using expanded notation. So we're going to expand 53 into 50 because we have 5 tens plus 3 ones. Now we're doing this so that we can break this apart into our area model. So in my single digit, my 9 over here, I'm going to place that in our ones place. And then as you can see, we have two different portions up here in our area model. One is going to represent the tens place, and one is going to represent the ones place. So we are going to multiply our 9 times 50 plus our ones place, which is going to be 9 times 3. So we're going to be multiplying our 9 by each of these different parts of the number 53, and we're going to be writing that in the boxes below. So let's go ahead and start with 9 times 50. Well, 9 times 50, and we always want to write it out in the box so that we can stay organized, equals 450. Let's move over to our ones place. We're going to now multiply 9 times 3. 9 times 3 equals 27. So now that we've multiplied 9 by our tens place and by our ones place, we have to add our numbers back together again. So we're going to be adding 450 plus 27. And that's using our area model to tell us what multiplying our tens place and our ones place will be equal to. So 7 plus 0 equals 7, 5 plus 2 equals 7, 4 plus 0 equals 4. So 9 times 53 equals 477. And again, we multiplied this by multiplying our 9 by our tens place and then our ones place and adding those two products together. Now that you've seen how to multiply these two numbers using the area model, I want to show you how to multiply these traditionally. Now we're going to use the same numbers and the same colors so that you can see how they connect. So we're going to multiply 53, and again we're going to use the same colors to separate our tens place and our ones place, and we're going to multiply this by 9. Now when you're multiplying with one number on top of the other, you need to make sure that you line up your place values. So we have our ones place and then we have our tens place. So our first step is to multiply our ones place times our ones place. So we have 9 times 3, which equals 27. Well, that looks familiar, doesn't it? We also got 27 when we used the area model. Now let's go to our next step. We're going to multiply our 9 times our 5. Well, when you move on to your next step using the traditional method, when you move to the tens place, you need to add a 0 at the bottom of the screen. And that's going to tell you that you're now moving into your tens place because 10 has 1 0, so you're going to add 1 0. Now we multiply 9 times 5. 9 times 5 equals 45. Wow, that number looks familiar. 450. We also got 450 when we used our area model. Are you seeing the connections yet? And now our last step is to add these numbers together. 7 plus 0 equals 7, 2 plus 5 equals 7, 4 plus 0 equals 4. So we still got the same product when we multiplied 53 times 9 when we use the area model as well as the traditional method. Let's practice together using a word problem. Justin is growing carrots in his garden. His garden has 8 rows. Each row has 27 carrots. How many carrots does Justin have in all? Well, if the garden has 8 rows and there are 27 carrots in each row, we need to multiply 8 times 27. Now I want you to solve this problem in two different ways. I want you to solve it with the traditional method as well as the area model, and that way you can check your work. All right, let's go ahead and start with our area model. we know that we're going to put our ones place in our ones column, and then we're going to separate our tens and our ones. So we have 20 plus 7. All right, our next step, 8 times 20. So we always write it in our box to stay organized, and 8 times 20 equals 160. 8 times 7, we're going to write it in our box. 8 times 7 equals 56. So now we just need to add these together. 160 plus 56 equals 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. Carry our 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we're going to say that his garden has 216 carrots in all. But we want to check our work. So we're going to multiply 8 times 27 again. We need to make sure we have our larger number on the top, and we also need to make sure that we line up our place values, so we have our ones lined up. All right, step 1, multiply our ones place. 8 times 7 equals 56. Step 2, we multiply by our tens place. Remember, since we're moving to our tens place, we fill in 1 0 because 10 has 1 0. 8 times 2 equals 16. Do our numbers line up? We have 56 and 56. We have 160, 160. Great job. Let's do our last step. We need to add these numbers together. 6 plus 0 equals 6. 5 plus 6 equals 11. Carry our 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 216. So we just proved in two different ways that 8 times 27 is equal to 216. Let's review what you've learned in today's lesson. You learned how to multiply two-digit by one-digit numbers using the area model and the traditional method. Let's get through one last problem together to review. We're going to be multiplying 7 times 39. So we're going to start with our 7 on the left-hand side over here, and then we're going to expand 39 into 30 plus 9. Now our next step is going to be multiplying these together. 7 times 30, we're going to write in the box to stay organized, equals 210. 7 times 9 equals 63. And now we have to add these together. 210 plus 63 equals 273. Now let's go ahead and check our work using the traditional method. We're going to put the larger number on top, and we're going to make sure we line up our place values so we have our ones place lined up. Now we're going to go ahead and start by multiplying our ones place. 9 times 7 equals 63. When we move to multiply the tens place, we have to put 1 0 because 10 has 1 0. 7 times 3 equals 21. And now we're going to go ahead and add these together. 3 plus 0 equals 3. 6 plus 1 equals 7. 2 plus 0 equals 2. So we now know that 7 times 39 is equal to 273.